Welcome back to The Pursuit Production. My name is McKean.
I'm Keegan Fraser, and this is how I use my personal setup.
So the reason why we're showing off your personal setup today, Keegan, is because we want to encourage all of our cam ops, and I know that you do too if you're a director at home. You want to encourage your cam ops to not just do this on a Sunday, but if they're actually really passionate, really interested about what they do and what we do here, then encourage them to do it outside of a Sunday environment.
Yeah.
I know personally that's where I grew the most, was getting hands-on with equipment, was learning to mess around. There was no pressure. I could mess things up all I wanted. And then when I came back into the environment, I was able to actually go, oh, that's how that works. That's why this is set up this way. This is how the camera operates in this way, or I can make the lens look like this, or what if I bring my guitar slide or my keys or an accessory to make that shot look a little bit cooler. All of that came from, oh, I'm learning how to do this from outside of the classroom environment.
Yeah.
So, Keegan, you've actually done a really good job of getting a setup like this established. You've got a camera, lens, you're growing your setup, and you've got your first wedding that you're shooting this Saturday. So exciting. Awesome. So why don't you go ahead and walk us through your setup, and maybe the people who are watching can kind of get an idea of what they should buy for the very first start, for your first camera, for your first lens, for the things that you would need and why you would need them in order to get established, to start doing this freelance stuff. Or even just for fun outside of the church environment.
Yeah, so let's jump into it. So guys, the body of my camera is the Sony A64. And
hold that up high so they can see it.
What I like about this camera is that it also takes video and photos, and it shoots in 4K. That's one thing I was looking for, because now day and age, a lot of stuff's in 4K. It's just kind of what stuff's moving to. This is actually an 11-year-old camera. So I mean, there's old features on here, and there's some, it's an older camera, so I did a lot of research into this, and it's roughly priced brand new. They still sell it on Sony for $1,000, but I got it for $650 used on B&H. And I suggest probably for your first camera, buying used, because you're not necessarily gonna have this camera for the rest of your life. You might want to upgrade to a bigger sensor, stuff like that. So this is one thing that buy used, and anything else that even lenses, you can find those used too. So
absolutely. You hit the nail on the head too by saying buying your first camera used. I bought my first camera used. I think I got mine for $600 or something like that. And it's really important to know, hey, you want to get into it and understand oh, if this is just a fun little hobby on the side, maybe don't go spend $6,000 on a camera. Maybe buy the stuff first that's going to get you interested in it. But also, we live in a day and age where you can still get a 4, 5, 10-year-old camera still is amazing quality. Still being able to get 4K quality out of a camera that's that old for that price, it's really, really remarkable what we can do. So that's really good example, really good idea is just to be able to buy used and to do your research beforehand.
Yeah. And so we'll move on to the next one is my lens. This is one of my lenses that I've been using probably since I bought the camera. I bought this camera with the lens, and it didn't come together, but I just bought this lens. It's a 50 prime, 1.8 aperture. I like the lens. Okay, I'll take that back. I kind of like the lens. One thing I don't like about it is not a zoom, of course. I want to zoom, but they're a little bit more expensive, and at the time I didn't want to buy one. So, and then also this focus ring. It's you got to really twist it to actually focus it, and so that's kind of annoying. And so yeah, I say it's the Sony 50 prime. 1.8, something like that. And
I fell into the trap of buying a Sony 50 Prime when I first started too.
Yeah.
They're just so cheap. You get the lens for what, $200?
I think I got that 150.
150, exactly. So you get them for really cheap. The gripe that I have with the lens like this is that if this is your only lens and you're trying to shoot everything with this one lens, landscapes and portraits and cool shots of whatever, it's really hard to do all that with a 50.
It is.
So I recommend that people would buy a 35 millimeter prime as their very first lens. Might be a little bit more, but not by too much more. And it's worth it to be able to have a little extra wiggle room on a prime lens.
Yeah. So the next thing is I just bought the Sigma 2.8 Mach 2 lens, 24-70. We have this lens. We have the older version of this lens that we use in Seattle at our Seattle campus. And just of how I was using it in Seattle, and I liked it, and that it came out with more, a little bit better features. And this one actually has IS. This one does not have
Can I see this?
stabilization. Yeah.
Can we show this off? Because it's really nice to be able to see. Oh yeah, and it's great that you were able to use it before you bought it.
It was.
Because you used it at church first.
Yes.
And then you were able to go out and go, oh, because I used it, I know that I really like it, and it's gonna work well for me. And so you're able to go out and buy one that worked for you. So it's got the 24 to 70, zooms out. It does have this pop part. I know that it's the same thing with our lenses, and some people have complained a little bit, hey, I'm trying to get my guitar slide or my accessory out there in front to get a cooler shot, but this pops out. So that is something that might be in your way a little bit, but it's really not, it's not enough to dissuade someone from purchasing a great lens like this.
And I'm pretty sure the Canon RF one, they have a 24 to 72, so does Sony. I'm pretty sure the Canon one does not have the pop out point, but it's also $1,000 more expensive. So it's a lot. True. It's a lot for just some features on that.
It's true. It's true. You got the autofocus and manual focus options. I pretty much always leave everything I do on manual focus. Everything that we do on the Sunday church production is manual focus. But if you're just running around messing around, Sony has great autofocus features. If you want to do that, you just click it over and you can mess around like that. Yeah, and it's a great lens, Iris 2.8. It's got a good reach, got a wide angle. You can even lock it in so that the lens doesn't accidentally push out.
Yeah, it's got 2 custom buttons. Haven't said those yet.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's got a custom button here and custom button here.
What does that do?
You can customize them. I don't know. I haven't dived so much into it.
Do our lenses in Seattle have this?
I don't think so.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, good for you.
See, I just got the lens, so I got to figure out some things, but it's what I've been using pretty much. So moving on, we have our monitor. So I bought a monitor. It's the FreeWorld. I don't know all the other specs on this. I know you can get 4K out of it.
Hold that up so they can see it.
Bought this monitor, really nice. I like the titanium type of metal they use instead of the plastic ones we use. It makes it feel not as cheap. Really like the monitor. With the Sony A64, it's HDMI to micro HDMI. So it's a really small, as you can see, the cords of the HDMI to really small. And it's kind of hard to find these cords. It took me a while. I actually bought the wrong cords of these. And so it's kind of go into this little port and then go into that one. And the Sony doesn't actually have a whole lot of other ports. I mean, the Blackmagics have 2 HDMI ports and stuff like that, more power, more DTAP, stuff like that. So you gotta sacrifice some things by buying an older camera like that, just some features.
But you really only need one, and especially when you buy a monitor like this that lets you loop out, you can still make it work for anything you need.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, I'm actually gonna send this into my HDMI switcher, you can go camera into monitor and then monitor into switcher.
Yeah.
So there's options there too.
So let's build out this camera. So
build it out.
I bought a top handle for the rig here. And this is just slide on
top handle's always great to have.
It's the small rig one. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do use it and I do like it. I also bought this for the monitor to attach it to the small rig top handle. And I do suggest this one because other ones, there's one that came with the FreeWorld. I don't think I have it in here, but it does not have this little piece on the side here. And you gotta use an Allen wrench to twist it. And that's really annoying.
I think we have the one that has the Allen wrench that you have to twist.
It's pretty annoying. So having one that this, I know this little piece is kind of expensive. I think it was 24 to 30 bucks for it. And that is kind of expensive if you think about it. It's a small piece, but it adds a lot and actually saves time. So this monitor just goes on there like this. So then I got the HDMI. So I'm just gonna put this on here.
Just connect it to the monitor, connect it to the camera.
Flip this open.
And I mean,
a little small in there.
The monitor's really nice to be able to have because it's gonna enlarge in your picture. It's gonna make it bigger, but then also you can have your camera low and you can be shooting something and you're just glancing down at the monitor while you're getting your shot. And you don't have to worry about leaning all the way back or having your camera way up here while you're trying to shoot something.
Yeah.
But it just makes the whole process a lot easier.
For sure. Put this lens on here, balance it out a little bit better.
What mount is this camera and lens,
This
Keegan?
mount is an E-mount lens.
It's an E-mount, so don't buy the wrong
Don't buy the wrong one. I actually freaked myself out. When I bought this lens, I completely forgot to check the mount. And so I remembered actually when I was went last Wednesday when we were here filming a midweek service, and I was like, oh man, did I buy the right mount? I was like, oh, I didn't even look. Thankfully I did. But
you got lucky.
So I got lucky.
Times
so I haven't
some
checked.
People have bought the wrong one.
So you just got to check before buying 3 or 4 times before buying.
Yep.
And then of course I just use the Sony batteries. I did get a V-mount battery and then I got a dummy battery to like a D-tab battery. I am gonna mount that on here. I just haven't figured out, maybe I'll get like a side handle for it. Just haven't really figured out where to mount it best yet.
I was trying mounting it like on top here or something if you've got, you know,
maybe
a screw attachment for it.
And then I got, of course, like just some monitor battery. I'm pretty sure these are the
NPFs,
50s or something like that.
And those come in all different sizes. You get the big chunky ones, you get the small ones.
So it just clips on there. That is pretty much my setup. That is my setup. I will throw like probably a shotgun mic on there sometimes and stuff like that. But other than that, that is what I'm rocking with.
It's a really great rig, bro. Yeah, all of this, like it shows, you were just showing me just some of the footage that you got from it. It's a really clean, clear picture. I mean, and that was with the 50, right? Or was that with the 2470? That
was with the 50. I mean, actually haven't shot a video with the 2470.
Yeah, so you're already getting great shots. You're already making it look really good.
Yeah.
You have an ND filter, right?
Yeah, I do have an ND filter on there. I do not know all the specs about the ND filter.
It's one I picked off concept. It's super cheap.
One I picked off of like Amazon, I think for like 20 bucks.
Yeah.
It definitely adds a lot. It definitely helps with this one because this one doesn't have like f-stop on it or like this dial ring here to fix stuff really easily. So you got to do it on the camera. But yeah. A fun fact, I actually have another lens. So this is my makeshift lens. And I'll show you guys this. So this is like, I took a Sony like cover mount for the actual camera. And like what it does, it looks really puny on here. I'll show you guys in a sec. It looks really puny on here. But one sec.
Can I see this case so that they can see a little bit better?
Cool. Yeah, so I just put this on here and it's just a little lens. So now how I made this lens was, of course, I bought one of these. What are these? The lens covers.
Cap?
Yeah, lens cap for the camera. And then I took an old like disposable camera and took the lens out and then like drilled a hole in it and like filed it down and then I put it on there. This lens has like no features on it, but it costs like $5 if you buy this brand new or if you just have one laying around. You know, it's a super fun lens just to kind of make and just a cool, fun project. Haven't shot a whole lot on it. It works best probably like in really bright scenarios because it's like, you know, it's a like disposable camera. So it's like whatever you like, you know, you get like 20 film shutter, things like that. That's what I took off of. It's a cool little fun project. I don't know. If you don't have a whole lot of money to spend on lenses, maybe look at one of these. They do sell lenses that they make these for like $50. And I think that was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I don't know if I'm gonna even use it a whole lot. It's just something I do there. I glued it on the inside. I don't know if you can see, I kind of cut it out, glued it in. And it fits on there, has never fallen off.
That's so cool.
Looks really good. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Something
just
that,
being creative.
You know, be creative. I was not the one that came up with that. I'm not a take. So I looked it up on YouTube and I found one and he made it and I was like, you know, yeah. So I was like, let's do that. It's fun.
So do you know what millimeter? Well, wide, is it wide? Is it tight?
I'm pretty sure it's a 35. I could be wrong.
A $5 35 millimeter lens?
I'm pretty sure it's a 35. So, I mean, if you think about it, it doesn't have any like focus or anything like that. So it doesn't have
like
what
when
it
you're
is.
getting something
But
that's
if you
like
want a cool
youth promo or something, and you're like filming like
yeah.
random stuff, and
I think it'd be cool.
Imagine you drop the shutter so everything's like almost dreamscape-esque.
Yeah.
And so, dude, I bet you get some cool stuff.
It does add a cool tint.
Yeah.
To this
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Well, that's super cool. You got 3 awesome lenses.
Yep.
You got a really good camera setup, good body. You've got a good monitor. You've got the whole setup, dude.
Yeah.
And it works great. So I look forward personally to seeing the stuff that you create outside of this. And for all of you guys watching, just consider any of these things that he has. Maybe you have your own idea. Maybe you want to go Canon. Maybe you want to go Nikon. We won't judge you, all of those things. So just feel free to kind of pick and choose what you want out of this. But also if you're a director, encourage your cam ops to watch this video and say, hey, this is a step that you can take if you're interested in learning more and pursuing this more. Some people, they start out with church stuff and they just want to go do it for, you know, a career. And it's crazy that we can say that we can do that now because before that was just never really an option. So we're in a really, really cool place in time where this can be something that you pursue, freelance videography, church ministry production, and you can get all of the gear at a very affordable price. So we hope that this has helped. Feel free to leave a comment below. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We love chatting with you guys down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. We go live every Sunday morning at 9:30 from Kirkland, Washington. And leave a comment from where you're watching from. And was there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's just Keegan Fraser. So look that up, subscribe to me. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.